The spotlight of COP29 is to focus on initiatives by developed countries to finance climate action. However, this effort is not expected only from the governments. Global think tanks work on combining the data, policy and action in order to fight the climate change. There are particular examples of disasters that could have been prevented if there were more funds or action plans.
I'm thinking, for example, about the example of the drying of the Aral Sea and how much, because there was no real organization of loss and damage funding internationally or regionally, right? It has been very slow to take measures that address health issues, human security issues, sustainability of livelihood issues and of agriculture and others. And now we are talking about maybe similar impacts regarding Caspian Sea, which is even larger than was Aral Sea.
Senior advisor at Asian Development Bank Institute, Dina Ashgaliyeva, says, while we are dealing with reducing emissions, we also have to deal with sustainability and energy demand. According to her, the burden on developing countries has doubled or even tripled, and that means one source for funding is not enough.
I believe that it should be contributions from all of us, not only from governments, but also from companies, from people. So it's not enough money from just one source. We need to accumulate as many sources as possible. And I believe that all of us can contribute because it's not only about climate change, right? So, for example, we have other issues in developing countries. And, for example, energy demand is growing fast in developing countries due to population growth. So that means that we have to deal with many issues at the same time.
Executive Director of the Center for Analysis of Economic Reforms and Communication of Azerbaijan, Musal Qasımlı, says the majority of countries accepted the National Adaptation Plan. But on the other hand, the alignment between this plan and nationally determined contributions are not at desirable level.
And that's why we are here and providing Global Think Tank Forum, in other words, track 2. We try to urge track 1 and let themselves be guided a clear notion just to support this adaptation process.
Experts say there are a lot of progress in climate finance and action. Many important things being discussed behind the closed doors and positive results can already be seen.
For example, the multilateral development banks are catalyzing the private financing and using the public money. Right? So that's new. Lots of efforts are being made and lots of new ideas are emerging. So those things are being discussed more and more in climate COP. Already I have heard some nice issues, arguments. So in this COP29. So very hopeful.